The father passed away and left all his inheritance to his lover and their son. The mother signed the consent form without fighting for any of it. The daughter questioned her in confusion. The father had never been willing to spend an extra penny on the mother and daughter during his lifetime. Why did she not fight for the inheritance that rightfully belonged to the mother and daughter after his death? But the mother calmed her down and said, "Now that he is dead, there is no need to haggle over such things." The daughter thought this was a sign of her mother's extreme cowardice. She stormed out to calm her nerves in anger. Unexpectedly, the illegitimate son came to show off in a newly bought luxury car. He mocked the daughter for living in a shabby house and said they would move into a villa community soon. The lover beside him even threw 50,000 yuan at her with a condescending look, saying it was compensation for the daughter's mother having accompanied the father for many years. Faced with the blatant humiliation from the mother and son, the daughter was so angry that she threw the money away and was about to curse them. But at that moment, the mother rushed over and stopped her. Then she picked up the 50,000 yuan and thanked the lover and her son profusely. Seeing the mother's obedient appearance, the lover and her son felt embarrassed to humiliate them any further, so they drove away directly. But the rift between the daughter and the mother grew deeper and deeper. A few days later, the illegitimate son held a housewarming party for his new home. He deliberately sent an invitation to the daughter. The daughter was so angry that she tore the invitation into pieces at once. She had thought her mother would be extremely angry this time too. But unexpectedly, the next day the mother not only attended the party in her best clothes, but also bought an expensive fruit basket for the lover and her son. The daughter was completely disappointed with her mother because of this. Half an hour later, a relative called the daughter, complaining about the outrageous behavior of the lover and her son, saying they had deliberately seated the mother in a corner of the party venue, and had spoken highly of the mother's kindness at the party, saying she had voluntarily given the inheritance to them, making the mother a laughingstock and a fool in the eyes of all the relatives. The daughter did not want to be humiliated along with her mother. She moved out in a fit of anger. She worked desperately every day, trying to numb herself with busyness, but even after 3 years, she still could not forgive her mother. But what comforted the daughter was, she learned from her relatives that the lover and her son had spent money recklessly all these years. The illegitimate son had even sold several houses in a row. However, on this day, the daughter suddenly received a call saying her mother had suffered a sudden cerebral infarction. The daughter rushed to the hospital immediately after hearing the news. Seeing her mother lying on the hospital bed with a pale face, she felt an overwhelming sense of heartache. At that moment, the doctor reminded her mother needed an immediate operation. The surgery fee would be at least 300,000 yuan. The daughter was immediately in a dilemma after hearing this, because despite working hard for 3 years, her savings were only a little over 100,000 yuan. Just when she was at a loss for what to do, her mother handed her a bank card. The daughter guessed there must be only a few tens of thousands of yuan from the lover and her son in the card, but she had no other choice now and had to withdraw the money. Saving a life was the top priority. However, when the daughter went to the ATM to withdraw the money, she was shocked to find that the balance was a long string of numbers. The daughter thought she was seeing things. She quickly counted the numbers carefully several times. Only then did she confirm that there were hundreds of millions of yuan in her mother's bank card.